What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all of you are having a great day so far today. Hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you all enjoyed your Thanksgiving. It was a good one this year. Pretty low key, pretty quiet. I had to work, unfortunately. But I was like, it was a quiet Thanksgiving, so I was cool with it. I was so pissed though because by Friday, the very next day, I started feeling sick. And I hate when I get sick because it's not a good feeling. Obviously, you know what I mean. Like you start feeling like weak in the body, like your body is just run down. So I was kind of pissed about that. I'm still feeling a little bit of it. I'm a little bit better than I was yesterday and Saturday. But I'm still coughing up a storm. That's why I'm chewing on these damn cough drops every 5 seconds. Keep getting chills over me and stuff like that. But I'm feeling a little bit better. That's the good part. Um, so yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the holiday. Um, Excuse me. But getting into this episode of GH, let me tell you something. Holly done lost every little bit of her mind. Um, Laura saw her and stuff like that, and she found it odd that Holly was talking about handling some business the day before Thanksgiving. She was like, "What are you doing? Like, what business are you handling?" So she claimed that she's doing contract work for some government agencies or whatever, and she was waiting for a ride share. Laura wasn't buying that story. She wasn't buying it at all. So Laura kept on insisting on giving her a ride. So Holly just at that point was like, all right, fine, give me a ride. So while they're in the car and whatnot, Jordan calls her to let her know about Robert and what's going on and the fact that the briefcase was, stolen with the diamonds in it. Before Jordan could tell her who did it, this heifer Holly done pulled a gun on her. I say, you done lost your rabbit ass mind pulling a gun on the queen bee. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, Holly is taking this way too far. You know what I mean? I understand she trying to protect people that she care about. She trying to protect her son overall. But she's by her doing Victor's bidding, in the process, you're racking up criminal charges all in the process of doing his bidding. Like, I understand you're trying to protect Ethan. I get it. Parents would do anything for their kids. I totally get that. But she going about it the wrong damn way. I'm like, pulling a gun on Laura, that ain't it. Like, you pulling a gun not just on Laura, but on the mayor. Like, I would have her ass brought up on some charges so quick, fast, and in a hurry. So she done took Laura's car. She called Kevin for her or whatever, threw the phone at her, and took her car. Laura had to let her know, like, listen, Holly done took my car. She pulled the gun on me. Um, it was just a hot ass mess at that point. She wanted to let everybody know that Holly is now armed and dangerous. Holly, I don't know how she gonna get herself out of all of this mess when it's all said and done. Because even after this mess with Victor wraps up, she's still gonna have criminal charges. So I don't know how Robert or anybody's gonna protect her from the criminal charges that she's racking up right now. Like, unless they come up with some type of deal or something, to get Victor. But other than that, I don't see how she gonna get out of it. She gonna have to find some little crafty way to do it. But she done lost her little bit of mind. Like, you don't put no gun on Laura. Like, you tripping on that part. So anyway, Dante went to go visit Heather Weber at Spring Ridge. Now, who idea was it to bring that crazy nut to Spring Ridge of all places? Excuse me. Oh my god, I hate being sick. Like, this shit is dreadful. Um, I don't know who idea it was to bring her to Spring Ridge, but they need to transfer her to another facility because Spring Ridge is not maximum security. Heather Weber needs maximum security. Like, putting her in Spring Ridge, Heather Weber will be out of Spring Ridge by breakfast time. She will break out of that place by the time the roosters wake up, the cock-a-doodle-doo. I'm just saying. Like, they need to put her in another facility, maximum security, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because I'm like, I don't know why would they think it's a good idea to put her in Spring Ridge. Like, that's just stupid to me. But Dante came there to talk to her about the crash. And she basically said, well, I'll tell you what you want to know, but I want something in exchange, for my cooperation. And Dante was like, I can't make no deals with you. I'm not authorized to do that. As a detective, he's not. He's not. So Heather was like, well, shit, bring somebody back that can make those deals with me. That can make a deal. So she ended up calling Scott. Scott came down there and she's sitting here talking all this foolishness about how her neck still hurt from the crash and how she want to sue the city of Port Charles and the PCPD and how she wants Scott to help get her out of there. Scott said, I'm not helping you do shit. Because Scott was like, there's not a judge in this world that would award you a person who's institutionalized. He said, you're an institutionalized crackpot. I love how Scott be throwing shade. Like, I love it. But it's the truth. You know, you're a crackpot. You're a nut. What judge is going to award you any type of settlement? No judge in their right mind. And Heather's never getting out of a facility. She's going to live the rest of her life in a facility, whether that be prison or a facility for the criminally insane. She's always going to be somewhere. You're never going to really be free. Like, she's nuts. So she pretty much tried to threaten Scott, talking about, oh, I remember who my friends are and I definitely remember who my enemies are. Scott was like, shit, I do too. I know that shit, right, Scott? I love how Scott wasn't about to let Heather Weber, of all people, bully him. I love that. Like, he was like, nah, you ain't gonna bully me. Scott was like, the only reason why I came to see your ass, Scott, I want to see what you was up to. I want to see if you was up to something crazy so that way I could let the cops know what your crazy ass was up to. He said, I didn't come here to help you. And I don't blame him. Why would he? Why in his right mind would he want to help Heather Weber? She's a nut. So anyway, Mac wanted Ava's help or whatever trying to find Esme. But the only way to do that is through Ryan, because they realized that she got close with Ryan. That Esme got real close with him during her time at Spring Ridge. So Ava was like, alright, shit, I could go talk to Ryan or whatever. So when they got there, of course, Ava started taunting Ryan about his locked in syndrome. She was like, oh, you still locked in? That shit was hilarious. So she was like, you know, Esme put her hands on me, she attacked me or whatever. And if we work together, you help me, you could get revenge on the person, you know, who attacked what's yours or whatever. You know, trying to lay it on thick. And Ryan, through his nurse, pretty much said, like, interpreted through the nurse that, have no fear, I help you. We'll find Esme together. And you know Ryan is definitely not the person to trust. Like, he will double cross anybody at this point. He definitely will. You know, because Ava tried to broker a deal with him. She was like, shit, you help me find Esme, I'll sit here with you and we could chat all you want to. Ryan is not the person to be trusted. Like, even if he do somehow find a way to help her, it's going to come at a much cheaper price than what Ava offered. I'm just saying. It's going to come at a much bigger price. So Heather Weber ended up bumping into Ryan or whatever when she came out. And she had this look on her face like she was mortified. Ryan had this look on his face like he was happy to see her ass. Now, let me tell you something. If Ryan and Heather found a way to work together, that would be a merger from hell. I'm just saying, that's an alliance that Port Charles would not like. Like, that merger right there, the two of them working together, it would send Port Charles into a frenzy. Them two nutcases, that would be a dangerous thing for that town. I'm just saying, it'd be very dangerous. I can't believe Elizabeth. Like, don't get me wrong, Esme deserves some type of punishment, but I can't believe Elizabeth as a female would be okay with Nicholas holding this girl hostage against her will and not calling the police to deal with this. Like, I'm surprised that Liz is going with this. She's being complicit about this. Like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Liz of all people is naive to think that Nicholas is going to spare Esme or whatever. Like, he's not going to bring harm to her. Because Liz was like, oh, once you have the baby, he's going to ship you off to Cassadine Island so you could live in luxury for the rest of your life. Elizabeth, what fairy tale book were you reading? You honestly think he going to have that girl living in the lap of luxury? He going to probably put her in some dungeon, some cell. That's exactly what he probably going to do. He not going to have her sitting there eating crumpets and tea every day. Hell no. Ain't no way in the world he going to have her living the life of luxury. There's no way. He going to torture that girl. He probably going to kill her. Ain't no telling with Nicholas at this point. So if Elizabeth thinks otherwise, she's just being naive. So now Esme pretty much panicking at this point because she don't know what to do. So she trying to think like, what would Ryan do? And so she had a hallucination of Ryan. And Ryan pretty much told her, use the baby as leverage. Use the baby's health. You know, because obviously Nicholas cares about the health of that child. So he said, use it. Don't take care of yourself, and that way the baby won't be taken care of. So that way Nicholas will have to let his guard down, and you could make your escape. You get the hell out of there. She wasn't really keen on that idea because she didn't want to hurt the kid. You know what I'm saying? So she's not too keen on it. So she decided to get rid of most of the prenatal vitamins that Elizabeth gave her. She took one of them. She took one, but got rid of most of them. So that way, you know, Liz would have to come back and help her and stuff like that. And maybe she could get the drop on her. You know, and find a way to get the hell out of there. Smart move, you know, but at least Esme does care for the child. You know what I'm saying? She is starting to care about the baby. You could tell that much. Like, she definitely starting to care, which is unusual for somebody like Esme, but, you know, I mean, when you got a life growing inside you, I guess that does, you know, bring out the emotional side to you, I suppose. But yeah, so Victor coming up in there talking about he finally moving in or whatever. He wanted to move into the North Tower, and Nicholas was like, no. Obviously, because Esme's up there, so he was like, hell no, you need to move into the South Tower. So of course, what irritates me about Victor is he stay up in Nicholas' personal business. Like, keep trying to tell him, oh, you need to finalize your divorce from Ava. Oh, are you and Elizabeth getting back together? Y'all getting close. Like, you are way too involved in that man's personal life. And Nicholas made it abundantly clear ain't nothing going on romantically between him and Liz. And he wants to keep her visits secret from Ava. And Victor agreed because he felt like, okay, if we do, you know, go public with that, if I do say something to Ava about it, it's just gonna make y'all divorce messier, and that's not what we need. Because he feels like the tides are about to turn for the Cassadine family. My guess is because of them Ice Princess diamonds. So of course he called his guy or whatever to get an update on Holly and stuff. So he found out Holly done disappeared somewhere. So now of course Victor is pissed about that. You know, Victor's not too keen on it, but I'm like, oh well, old man. Victor need to go get himself some coochie or something. Cause I'm like, he's way too involved in Nicholas's personal business, like who he dating, who he with, like what's going on between him and Ava. Like, you are way too invested, sir. Go find you something to do. Like, I'm just saying. So anyway, moving on from that, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I like Diane and Robert as a potential couple. I do. Because Diane was sitting by his side. She wasn't moving. When he woke up, you know, she let him know what happened. Like, you passed out after a tequila shot. So he realized that his briefcase and stuff was missing and Holly was missing. He was like, where Holly at and stuff. So, you know, Jordan pretty much let him know, like, yeah, your briefcase was missing and we know who took it. Holly took it. They looked at the surveillance footage. So he trying to cover up with Jordan or whatever, but Diane saw right through that. And she knew that he wasn't telling Jordan the whole story about what's going on. And she hoping that whatever's going on with Holly won't drag him down too. You could tell like Diane is definitely starting to grow closer to Robert over these, you know, over the little time that they spent together. She's starting to really like him. And I think Robert needs to open up his eyes to Holly. Like, yeah, that's the love of your life, maybe. You know, that's the woman you always probably gonna love, but that doesn't mean that y'all are in game. You know what I mean? Like, that don't mean that y'all are forever. And like I said, Holly is not a domesticated type person. Like, I don't see her settling down in one spot. So I don't see how that would work between her and Robert. But Jordan pretty much knew off rip that Robert had to be drugged. So, of course, you know, TJ gonna run the top screen on it and rush the results to get the proof that he was drugged. Because they know what's up. They definitely know. But I hope that he get with Diane though, because Diane need a man, he need a woman. I'm just saying, I would love to see them together. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Hope you all have a great night. Peace.